I'm Ebony North for Investmentpitch Media. Thanks for joining us today. Emergent Metals has signed a binding term sheet to option its Mindora property to Lahontan Gold Corp. Mindora, a gold, silver, and base metal exploration property located approximately 20 miles southeast of Hawthorne, Nevada, and 10 miles southwest of Lahontan's Santa Fe property, consists of 147 unpatented mining claims. Lahontan Gold, subject to certain terms and conditions, will have the option to acquire a 100% interest in the Mindora property, Nevada, by completing $1.8 million US in cash payments and $1.4 million US in work expenditures on the property over a 7-year period. Lahontan has 45 days to conduct due diligence prior to completing the option to purchase agreement between Emergent's subsidiary, Golden Arrow Mining Corporation, and Lahontan's subsidiary, Lahontan Gold. The agreement is subject to the usual regulatory approvals. Upon completion of the exercise of the option, Emergent's subsidiary will be granted NSR royalties of 1% and 1.5% on 2 different claim blocks, whereby Lahontan or its designee will have the right to purchase 50% of the 1.5% royalty for $200,000 US for 5 years, after which the price will increase to $500,000 US. David Watkinson, President and CEO, has joined us today to discuss the company and this news. Welcome, David.
Hi, Ebony. Thanks for having me. So my name is David Watkinson. I'm President and CEO of Emergent Metals Corporation. Our company is an acquisition and divestiture company, so you can kind of think of us like house flippers. We try to acquire properties that are adjacent to existing mines or advanced stage properties, or acquire properties that have synergy by putting 2 or 3 properties together in an area. And we try to then advance those properties by reviewing historic information that's available, doing exploration and adding value to them, and ultimately trying to flip them. So we've been fairly successful with that business model. We acquired a property in Quebec called Troilus North and flipped it to Troilus Gold. We acquired a property called East West and flipped it to O3 Mining. We did a transaction in Nevada where we acquired a property called DR Canyon, and we did an option earn-in type of transaction with Kennecott Exploration. Kennecott's a subsidiary of Rio Tinto, one of the largest mining companies in the world. So they have to spend $22.5 million US to earn a 75% interest in the property. And now we just completed another transaction where we've signed a term sheet. We haven't completed it yet, but we're in the process of now papering the transaction with a definitive agreement. So we did a deal with Lahontan Gold Corporation. They have the Santa Fe gold property that's located across the valley, about 12 miles away from our Mindora property. So they've agreed to do earn-in with option to purchase, where they're going to spend $1.4 million US in exploration over 7 years, and they're going to pay us essentially $1.8 million with a series of payments over 7 years to acquire the asset. And we're excited about that because they're in the process of trying to reopen the Santa Fe mine, which was a historic gold operation in Nevada. It produced about 350,000 ounces of gold historically. It was originally operated by Homestake, and it closed, I think, in the late 1980s or early 1990s, and the property has essentially been sitting there for many years, and Lahontan was able to acquire it and is now put out a maiden resource of over 1 million ounces based on drilling that they've done and historic data, and is looking to pursue reopening of the mine. And our project, the Mindora property that we're selling to them, is right across the valley and will have excellent synergy with their property.
What's currently happening with Emergent on its other properties?
So we have also other activities we've been doing in the last year or so. We have a property called Trekisson that's just north of the Val-d'Or mining camp in Quebec. We've just finished a phase 1 drilling program there with some excellent results. We had some high-grade intercepts. I think one of them was over 19 grams per ton gold. and we're in the process of analyzing the information, the assays that came back from that phase 1 drilling program, and expect to do a phase 2 drilling program later this year. We also have had Kennecott drilling on our New York Canyon property, so they started drilling a couple of months ago, and they're drilled holes on the southern part of the property around an existing porphyry target called Copper Queen, and then they drilled an initial hole in a northern block of claims to test the potential for skarn and porphyry mineralization in that northern part. So we don't expect to get assays back probably for 2 months. It takes about that long to get through the system. So there's usually a queue of companies ahead in the assay process today because it's fairly busy. So, we're going to be excited to get the results and see what they found.
Thank you, David. At the company's 2,360-hectare Tresesson property, located 13 kilometers west of the town of Amos in the Abitibi region of Quebec, the company recently reported results from its Phase 1 drill program. The most significant intercept was found in hole TR 2303, where grades averaged 19.96 grams per ton gold and 5.13 grams per ton silver over 1.1 meters in length. Also in Quebec, the Casa South property is an early-stage gold property adjacent to Hecla Mining Corporation's operating Casa Berardi mine. Emergent has a 1% NSR in the Troilus North property, part of the Troilus mine property being explored by Troilus Gold Corporation. Emergent also has a 1% NSR in the East-West property, owned by O3 Mining Corporation and is adjacent to the Marban property. In Nevada, Emergent's Golden Arrow property, the core asset of the company, is an advanced stage gold and silver property with a well-defined measured and indicated resource. New York Canyon is a base metal property subject to an earn-in with option to joint venture agreement with Kennecott Exploration, a subsidiary of Rio Tinto. Buckskin Rawhide East is a gold and silver property leased to Rawhide Mining, the operators of the adjacent Rawhide mine. The shares are trading at 13.5 cents. For more information about the company and its other projects, please visit the company's website, emergentmetals.com. Contact David G. Watkinson, President and CEO, at 530-271-0679, extension 101, or email info@emergentmetals.com. I'm Ebony North for Investment Pitch Media.